All right, it is time for a little dry shampoo. Okay, I wanted to give y'all a little update on Eddie's health, his journey with his eczema, and also do a little like what I eat in a day video and talk about some of my health and fitness goals postpartum, getting back into working out, losing weight, all the things. I feel like I'm one who tends to swing between being really rigid, like all about my nutrition, eating super well, and then kind of to the other extreme of like, okay, I just need a cheat day. Like I need to have a treat. I need to go get a pint of ice cream and eat the whole thing right now. To be honest, the foods that I've been avoiding, like going dairy-free for Eddie's skin, has actually been super helpful for me to just not eat as much of the ice cream and such. It's not to say I haven't found some good dairy-free ice cream. I feel like it's just motivated me to go ahead and skip a lot of the junk and try to eat as nutritiously as possible. Yes?
Can I have some frozen corn?
Yes, you can. Wash your hands first. Anyway, so that is going to be the theme of this video. I've managed to lose about 15 pounds in the last couple months, and so that feels really good. I'm only about maybe 5 pounds out now from my pre-pregnancy weight, which is always feels really good. It's so exciting to be close to those goals. Okay, so I know I've talked about this before. I've never been really a workout kind of girl in my whole life. I've never been that way. I remember little spurts of my sisters being like, we should work out, and so we would like have our little videos that we would do once or twice a month. I would join in. Some of my sisters were more consistent. And then Ben was really into working out. So when he and I started dating, I think that was probably the most I've ever worked out because it was something that I enjoyed doing with him. It was like a shared activity. So we would go to the gym. My family had a little home gym like in our shop area. And I think we continued that on and off after baby number 1. And then a little less frequently after baby number 2. Ben's always been way more consistent. He usually works out about 2-3 days a week at least. We would take the kids along with us sometimes and try to have them do different activities or whatever while we got a short workout in. And then finally I was like, whatever. I was like, don't worry about me. I'm just gonna do stuff at home. So I tried like YouTube videos. I would just pull up something and be like, I'm gonna do this workout. It was hard for me because for one, I would get in a rut of doing the same thing over and over. And I wanted to switch it up, but I didn't know how. And then also, I think another aspect was I just am really somebody who thrives with having some sort of accountability. And so some people can just do their solo thing. For me, that's not really the case. Every now and then, the kids would want to go out like on a walk. They would ride their scooters and I would walk. And that was probably the most physical activity I had for like a good 5 or 6 years. Until I finally reached a breaking point and I was like, this is enough. I've got to get some sort of fitness routine in my life. When George was born 2 years ago, I signed up, and I was 6 weeks postpartum, for Trainwell. And what I loved was they started me off with a video call with my trainer. They assign you a personal trainer.
So I know you mentioned that you are, postpartum. So I'm really excited to support you on that journey. So I'd love to just kind of talk to you a little bit about your history of fitness first, talk more about your goals, and then we'll kind of move into the workouts moving forward.
All right. I have not really ever been a super, fitness kind of person. So I guess what I'm excited for is to just have some accountability. And like my husband's great, but he'll like give me lots of, oh yeah, you're tired. It's okay. Like, you had a long night or whatever,
I do totally agree. I think having someone who's not family to encourage you and support you and not sort of like let you slide in a sense is very helpful because he loves you and he's just trying to, he knows you work so hard at home with the kids and he just wants you to support you. I'll also check in if you miss a workout just to help, hold you accountable, remind you to get that done the next day, see if you need any schedule changes. Is that okay if I check in that way?
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I need it. I want it.
A lot of times it really does help people knowing that like I'm a real person who's checking in with you, not just like a computer.
She got my full health history and everything, and she asked me lots of questions, asked me what my fitness goals were. She asked me, would I be working out at home? Was I gonna do body weight workouts, or did I have some weights available, or was I gonna be going to a gym? And she would customize my whole workout program based on whatever I was planning in that regard. So I told her I would be working out at home. That would work best for me right now in the season with 5 kiddos. And I told her what weights I had, which was very basic. It's like 8s, 12s, 15s, something like that. And so she's like, great, we'll start right there. First of all, she told me sometimes it's better to start with like shorter workouts, closer together, just to get you in the habit of it. So she started me out with like 10 to 15 minute workouts, 5 days a week, just so I'd be in the habit of working out every single day. And then slowly over time, built it up, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. For a while, I was doing 30-minute workouts about 5 days a week. So then when I got pregnant with baby number 6, it was my very first time ever working out in pregnancy, which was huge for me. As my pregnancy went along and my bump got bigger, she customized some things for me, and then took a little break, obviously, postpartum. About 6 weeks in, started working out. Same thing, started out about 5 days a week, not super long workouts, and then have been building up from there. And then your little bag, huh? There he goes. One of my favorite things about being able to work out from home is that I do not have to load my 6 kids in the car every day to go to the gym. I know some people do that and they do it well, and it's just not for me. Getting out of the house is my number one deterrent. If I had to go to a gym, I probably wouldn't do it. So being able to work out from home has been a huge blessing. I love that I can get my workout done whenever it fits in best in my day, either in the morning before everybody's up, or sometimes in the afternoon over nap time, rest time. It's the best. Boo, are you gonna lay in here while mommy does the workout? That's your sweet little chicken muffin. Y'all, for me to go from somebody who never worked out consistently in my entire life to working out 3 to 5 days a week, that's just huge for me. I'm gonna do some 20-pound squats. What do you think, Eddie? Whew, you a good little workout, buddy. I'm here to say, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I think I just always told myself, like, I'm not that kind of girl. Like, I'm not the super athletic type, or I'm not like a workout girl. But something I finally realized was the only way you become that is by doing more of that. I think I would use that same logic in a lot of different things. I would say, oh, I'm just not a good cook. Well, the only way you become a better cook is by cooking more, right? Like, if you're not a reader, the only way you become a reader is by reading more. So I think there's a lot of things in life like that we just kind of excuse, or we think like, oh, that's not me, I couldn't be that. Rather than thinking, you know what, I could be anything that I want to be if I just am consistent. And I think a huge part of consistency for me is accountability. There truly is no replacement for one-on-one personal trainer. It's not just an app, it's somebody who's there behind the screen, who knows you, knows your goals, and can help hold you accountable and push you to achieve those goals. I actually really like it whenever it's coming towards the end of the day and they message me and they're like, hey, there's still time to get that workout in, or do you need me to shift your schedule for you or something? Just that consistent accountability to know like somebody's got my back, somebody's looking out for me, and it's not just like, oh, it doesn't matter, just like forget that. Honestly, the accountability has been the biggest help for me in being consistent in this journey. If you're ready to take your fitness journey seriously, but you don't want to go at it alone, Trainwell is the perfect solution. I'm going to drop a link in the description box below this video, and if you're interested, you can click that and start a 14-day free trial with your own personal trainer. It's time for a little Eddie update. How are you doing, Eddie? Okay, so we've switched all of Eddie's clothing to this 100% organic cotton, undyed. So he has these white onesies and these white footed pants that he wears. And then we also have little mittens that we put on his hands whenever he's like taking a nap or whatever, so he doesn't scratch when he's asleep. He's looking so much better overall. He has these little spots that are pretty dry on his head, and he'll still scratch at those. So the doctor prescribed him hydrocortisone 2.5. So I think that's just a little over double what you would normally buy like over the counter. He's had that prescription for about 3 weeks. We probably used it for like 5 days straight, and then his skin looked really good, and so we tried to back off, but then he sort of, what do they call it? Rebounded, is that the right word? So when you have an eczema flare and then it starts to go away, but then it's not completely gone and then it comes back. I have wondered, is it just like the steroids wearing off? Is that what it is? Or Is it like something that I'm eating? Who knows, really? I have cut out most of the 9 main allergens to try to see if that will help him. So just eating a lot of meats, fruits, and veggies these days. Once he can stay clear without the steroid creams for several days, then I'm gonna start reintroducing some of the other things to try to narrow it down, I guess. It's kind of a guessing game. His doctor was just saying if I want to continue breastfeeding, then I am the food source, so I can just swap things out from time to time and like see like, okay, after a week or so, does that make a difference? Maybe not. Okay, that's not a problem. Let's try something else and just keep kind of cycling through things, I guess. He's happy though. He's a happy little boo. I think we're getting closer. I think we will get to the bottom of this soon. Friend loves her brother. Something that's been so sweet to see is how my kids have been so excited for me in this fitness journey. I bought these little tiny dumbbells that they can grab, and so they like to come in and work out alongside me. I think it's just great just being able to model for our kids like a healthy lifestyle and being active and trying to do our best to stay fit, whatever that looks like for us with the unique bodies that we've been given. It's really not so much about numbers on the scale as much as it is just being able to keep up with those babies, you know, be active, not be out of breath. I want to be able to go out in the backyard and play kickball not only with my kids, but also, Lord willing, with my grandkids one day. So keeping up a routine of just being fit and active, I know that's a big part of that. I actually track my weight loss in the Trainwell app. You can communicate with your coach about your particular goals, and then they can set features like that into the app, and you can track them. So every Monday I weigh in and I put that in my app, and it's been really encouraging to see the progress there, as well as just the strength training, having more energy, just feeling stronger, more toned. Between babies, I've always been very determined to lose baby weight, but I've not always felt very toned. I still kind of feel like flabby. And so working out has helped me to feel just so much more toned, which is amazing. I also love how easy it is to swap things around. Like if I have a busy day, or if we have illness, or if the kids have something come up, it's very easy to shift your schedule. I can do it myself. I can move workouts to open days, or I can communicate with the coach if I need workouts removed, and she can pull those for me. It's super easy. I've had some people ask me to do what I eat in a day, which I feel like would be so boring because I am not the most diverse food person. So I feel like I do not burn out easily on foods. Ask Ben. I will make eggs and toast for breakfast for the family like every single morning for 5 years. I'll never be sick and tired of it, but apparently that's a thing for some people. They can't eat the same thing too many times in a row. I recently was talking to a friend of mine who has lost some weight and looks amazing, and I said to her, "Girl, what have you been doing?" And she's like, "Well, I'm just doing the 80%. And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, like, you know, like you eat till you're 80% full, and then you pause and you wait for about 10 minutes, like take a drink of water or whatever, and you give your belly a second to catch up with your brain and tell you like, am I full? Am I not?" I guess it's the idea of eating till you're satisfied, not stuffed. Yeah, just like really portion control. And then she said, yeah, if you're still hungry in about 10 minutes, then like by all means go eat more. But I think a lot of times our brains take a second to catch up with our belly because the food smells great and it tastes amazing. We just can't stop ourselves and we keep going. And so I've been trying to practice that too, just like eating till I'm satisfied but not stuffed, wait a few minutes, and then if I'm still hungry, grab for something healthy like a piece of fruit or something like that. I still do make a good amount of carbs for the kids. We've got a bunch of growing kiddos, and so they still like to eat their spaghetti and their sourdough bread and rice and all the things. And it's not that I never enjoy those things, but I'm definitely trying to just practice portion control and not overdo it, not go crazy. So, okay, what do I eat for breakfast? For the last 10 years, I've eaten eggs for breakfast pretty much every single morning. So I think I used to start off with like 2 eggs, then I moved up to 3. And then for a long time, I've been doing 4 eggs for breakfast every single morning, scrambled, fried, whatever. But with Eddie's eczema not really getting better after just cutting out the dairy, the doctor was sort of wondering if eggs could be an issue. So I've cut out eggs as well. So I switched over to oatmeal, and I'll do that a couple different ways. If I'm in a big hurry, I'll just make a cup of oatmeal with some maple syrup and a little sprinkle of salt. If I have a little more time, sometimes I'll dice up some apples, throw some raisins in there, and sprinkle with cinnamon. For lunches, a lot of times I'll do something like a salad with chicken or salmon. I've actually been cutting out all of the 9 major allergens right now, so I'm not doing fish, but I do a lot of chicken these days. And then I'll throw some veggies on there, like some tomatoes or cucumbers diced or something like that. And I'll just do a very simple, like oil and vinegar dressing with some salt and pepper or something. Dinner every night is the same thing. I eat quinoa with chicken, and I'll make a big batch of quinoa, and that'll last me for probably 4 days or so, and then I'll make another big batch of quinoa. Okay, so I do prep the chicken ahead of time though. I will bake 2 sheet pans full of chicken, so it'll be like 2 of the big family packs of chicken, and I will dice that up and then put it in freezer bags portioned out. I don't know how many ounces it is. If I were to guess, like maybe 8-10 ounces, somewhere around there. And so I always have my little stash in the freezer, which is actually dwindling. I need to do that again tonight. I have more chicken coming in a little bit in my Walmart delivery. These are my bags of chicken. I just kind of flatten it out so it's easy to pull it out, and I usually don't defrost it. I'll just dump it into a microwave safe bowl and microwave it for a minute. It'd probably be better if I didn't microwave it, but I'll have about 10 or 15 bags of those in here, and I'll just eat them for lunches and dinners on repeat. And then for snacks, I've been doing a ton of apples and pears. I have a fruit tray that I keep here on the counter. I actually just ate the last pear. I have more pears coming on my Walmart delivery in a little bit too. I love it. I feel like I've been trying to reset my palate away from needing ice cream pick-me-ups or chocolate or whatever, and just retraining my palate to actually appreciate the sweetness of God's sugar. As I tell the kids it is, I'm like, this is God's dessert. When I quit dairy for Eddie's little diet here for his eczema, I stopped drinking coffee. So that's been, let's see, the end of October. I have gotten a few coffees out and about. I think 3 times I've gone out and gotten a latte with oat milk, but the last time I went out and got one, it was not good at all. He broke out in the worst rash, and it was the worst his eczema has ever been. I think maybe they accidentally forgot the oat milk and maybe gave me whole milk instead. As a matter of fact, I was sipping on it. I was with my sisters and I said, this is amazing. This is the best oat milk latte I've ever had. It doesn't even taste like oat milk. And then he had that big reaction the next day. We actually had to take him into his doctor, and the doctor was like, "Ooh, yeah, that was unfortunate." But I was like, you know what? I don't really need coffee that bad. It's good for me to have resets every now and then anyway and be off of it. I like to prove to myself that I don't need caffeine from time to time, and so it's a good reason to just avoid for a little while. On the cream, his skin has cleared up quite a bit, but also we're suspecting potentially he has a beef issue. I'm not really sure if that's the case yet, but I had not had beef for several weeks, and then I had it again recently, and he flared up again really bad after that. So I'm wondering, they say sometimes, I think like 30 or 40% of kids that have cow's milk protein allergy issues also struggle with beef allergies, and so I'm wondering if there could be some type of trigger there for him. So I'm gonna try and avoid beef for maybe the next couple weeks and see like if that helps, and then maybe we'll know. Maybe it'll just be those things like the dairy and the beef. Not the most fun thing in the world to have to restrict my diet away from the treats and ice cream and all the things, but it's also very good for me. I can live on meats, fruits, and veggies just fine, and some grain. I'm doing the quinoa. It's probably the healthiest diet I could possibly be on, so it's not too restrictive. I try not to feel too sorry for myself. I'm telling myself, you know what, this is for a season, and it's good. Doing it all for you, boo. He says, thank you, Mom. Yeah, he's such a sweet boy. Well, I want to throw in one more reminder for Trainwell. If you're ready to take your fitness seriously, maybe you've tried things in the past or just felt stuck, right now you can get a 14-day free trial with your own personal trainer. I'm sure this will be a game changer for you, just like it's been for me. Click the link in the description box below this video and check it out.